I think I'll move the camera bit tonight to the article. Today's the 13th, right?
14.
14? All right. You ready, babe?
Mm-hmm.
14th, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Home. Down. Got it. Oh, they're here. Hi, guys. Hi, John. Hey, Swartz, assist. Hi, how you doing? Dennis, Joe, James, Harvey, Jackpot, Brad, Savvy, Dana. Hi, 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 hi. James Malo, King's Hacienda. I like that one. Mike Fuller, Christina Strong, Kathy. Greetings to all of you. Welcome. Let's get going. Three, two, one, go.
The recording has started.
Greetings, family. Okay, hold on. There you go. Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank 26 UV2Bs. It is the 14th, the 14th of September 2022. I greet you in agape love. We are KTFA. It stands for Keep the Faith Always. KTFA. Keep the Faith Always in our Heavenly Father. Now, before we start anything, let us say a quick prayer. Abba, Heavenly Father, we enter your throne room by the blood of your Son, Jesus, asking for the blessing of this call tonight. And I'm asking also that you would lay your hands upon all of those that are with us tonight, and that you would help them. You know their needs, whether it be financial, whether it be spiritual, whether it be medical. I'm asking, Father, that you would be our God and answer their prayers. It is in the name of your Son, Jesus, that I pray. Amen. 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 Well, it is Wednesday, and normally I bring you an infomercial along with some intel, but nope, not today. And that's why, gosh, there's not even 300 people right now. They're gonna, when they show up, we'll be done. I hope I only get to talk to you for like 30, 40 minutes at the very most, and then say goodbye to you. The first thing is that we should look at these. So, I know you're a member of ktfalways.com, correct? You are? Okay, good. Come on in and let us turn to page 96. Now, you know how I like to overlap, okay? So, we're going to go back all the way actually to the 12th. We'll just look at some of them and then on the 13th and then what we didn't talk about yesterday and the ones from today. Now, don't forget, what have I told you? These articles, they're from a media that is owned by Iran inside of Iraq. Now, does that sound familiar? How is the media of the United States of America? So we have to be super careful. And that's why I bring these articles. That's why we highlight them. And that's why we don't bring you some articles, but we bring you these. All right, so let's look at these together. Turn to ktfos.com, go to the last page 96 in the final article thread, and here we go. In a way, I should not show you these articles because you're cheating. You're waiting for me to show them to you. That's okay. I want to help out. Oh, Dr. Thunder, bless your heart. Thank you. For anybody that wants to help us with a financial contribution, I am humbled, I am grateful, and you can find it way down in the bottom of the chat list. You'll see the little tabs where you can donate 5, 10, 15, whatever you want. And grateful, very grateful. All right, family, let's get to work. Like I told you, there will be no advertisement, no infomercial at all today. We had that canceled for scheduling purposes. Now, final article number 1902. Al-Kazemi and the Spanish ambassador discussed the bilateral relationships between the two countries. What do I say in the blue title there? Yeah, si senor. Yeah, another international country coming into Iraq. Now you got to ask yourself: are these people dumb? Are they dumber than dumber? There's so many, hundreds of countries, hundreds of companies, hundreds of banks have come into Iraq to shake hands with Kazemi and say, we're on board, let's get her done. They know what's about to happen. They have to know. They have to know. That's what enticed them. That's just one example. Spain. Look at here. We've got another one that's also saying the same thing. I believe this is from Canada. The governor of Karbala. The Canadian ambassador goes to Karbala. The Spanish ambassador goes to Baghdad. These are countries that are pouring into Iraq, not because they're dumb, because they know what is about to happen. The significance of all of these countries pouring in and focusing and concentrating on Iraq. Even Iran. First they ran away, but now they have run to Kazemi and said, look, all right. We're broke. We can't steal anymore from you. Can we do business with you? Yeah. And you heard that the Bank of Iran just announced last week that they are now using the Iraqi dinar in their country. Now, how did that happen? Kazemi went over and talked with them, didn't he? And he talked to every country the same way that he talked to Iran is the same way that he talked to every country. I am in charge. Do you have any problem with that? Oh, yeah, I got a problem. Goodbye. No, wait a minute. I want to talk to you. Goodbye. Well, no, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm the prettiest girl in town, ain't I? Yes, you are. Well, then show me respect. Don't you even bring up anything negative. You want to do business with us or not? Yeah, play fair. Play fair. I love the fact that all these people are pouring in. Find article number 1903. Shafak News and BBC sign a partnership contract, the first of a kind. Why? Because the media is owned by Iran, and it's time that the media inside of Iraq come from an independent source. This is going to be wonderful. Very good. Final article number 1904. Central Bank Governor. There you go, Mustafa Galay. That's our buddy. That's one of the leaders. We want to know anything and everything he has to say. What's up, sir? Well, the value of the dinar. Whoa, the value of the dinar? What about it, sir? It's stable. Sir, can I ask you a question? Yes. Is a program rate stable for a currency? Oh, no, that's a punishment. That's a sanction. But you're the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, and you're telling the Iraqi citizens that the currency of your country is stable? Well, yes, Frank. Well, that means there's a change in the rate, isn't there? Well, of course there is. The value of the dinar, by the way, family, everything that I say tonight is strictly in my opinion. Everything I say tonight is strictly in my opinion. Everything I say tonight is strictly in my opinion. So the central bank governor, Mustafa Galay, says that the value of the dinar is stable, and we are in the process of raising Iraq from the high-risk countries. And you've seen that already. You see the GDP growth. You see what Finch is saying. You see what all these other agencies are saying about Iraq's growth. It's incredible. They all want to be a part of Iraq because she's the prettiest girl in town, and they know darn well what is about to happen. And when you see the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, one of the leaders that we are to listen to, he says, continuing here, he continues to say, hey, you know what? The work is currently underway. That's right. Very few people know that, don't they, sir? Well, yeah. Yeah. Work is currently underway with a number of sober international bank. Sober? Yeah, those that are playing fair with us, those that are following international laws, those that are not lying to us, those that are not stealing from us. Yeah, Frank, the number of sober international banks to create the necessary ground for banking cooperation with Iraq banks that have outstanding performances and have a credit rating from accredited rating agencies. But sir, you're a pro. No, you're not. Never mind. Final article number 1905. A government advisor clarifies the possibility of submitting a law proposal that includes a financial aspect. What do I say there in the blue? Hey, no government, no substituting of bills. Yeah, this article right here is interesting because it's basically telling you, I know you got bills. I know that you want to be paid. I know what's going on. Kuwait, I know we still owe you a little bit, but I'm not going to pay anybody anything. I'm not paying anybody anything until we have a government. Whoa. We expect the reserves to reach 100 billion if oil prices remain high. Well, of course they will until the end of the year, explaining that this figure will support the stability of the Iraqi currency. You silly rabbit. It will support it 4, 5, 6 times over. Recalculate it. And recalculate it is because of the oil constantly moving. Constantly moving. And I put in there in blue, hey, Governor Mustafa, sir, I hold you in high esteem. With all due respect, Mustafa Galay, Governor of the CBI, you're way past these figures. Just last month you said they were less than this. Alrighty, final article number 1906, a major diplomatic meeting at the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, and it revealed its goals. Really? Yeah. It was a major diplomatic meeting at the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad? Yeah. Who did it? Kazemi. Oh, and he told these diplomats what's going on? Yep. We're going to have a prosperous monetary and economic reform. Yes, sir, you are. We support economic reform and strong private sector that creates more job opportunities for the Iraqi people, more investment opportunities, and a prosperous Iraq. Ladies and gentlemen, not at a program rate. Do you understand what they're trying to tell you without directly saying it? It's the same thing with me. When I was done with my chemotherapy, all the nurses at the cancer center, all the physician assistants, all the technicians, all the secretaries, they all saw me when I came in. They knew, congratulations, Frank, you're cancer-free. Congratulations, Frank, you're cancer-free. Hey, man, come here, give me 5, you're cancer-free, yeah. Then I sit down, and here comes my doctor, oncologist. Howdy, sir, how are you? Oh, mighty fine. Am I cancer-free, sir? Well, Frank, you are not going to enter the immunotherapy program. Yeah, but I'm cancer-free, right, sir? And the immunotherapy program is going to remove any la. They can't tell you, family. They can't tell you, hey, we raised the value of our currency, and as soon as we sit the government down, we're going to, show it to everybody, a new exchange rate. But they can tell the citizens of Iraq. And that's why Eddie's important. That's why Eddie's report is so important. The very first time when the citizens went out and they were going to go into a civil war against the Iranian protesters, that was the day when 20 people died. That's when Sadr came out into the streets. That's when Kazemi came out and said, please, stop, get back in your homes, get out of the streets. Look, we got your exchange rate. We got your currency. We got what you want. Get back in there. Remember that, family? Did you read that in any articles? No. But Eddie told us that that's what he said, right? Yeah. Who do you believe? A lying media or a starving Iraqi? Final article number 1907. Integrity. Hey, Integrity Department, what's up? 75 court orders issued against high-ranking people in August. And what do I say in the blue title there, family? We promised you. We promised you that there would be more arrest. Behold. Give me a second while I drink something. Hold on. I like I like how everybody was a bully. Obama was a bully to poor old Prime Minister Abadi. When he went to Washington, D.C., Obama turned his back on him in the front lawn of the White House. And there was Abadi sitting with his aide, waiting and waiting for Obama to turn around. He waited over 30 minutes. He never turned around. Finally, he looked at his watch. Then he looked at his aide. They both shrugged their shoulders and got up and walked away. Well, I guess Obama doesn't want to talk to me. Yeah, yeah. When Kazemi was in the position of prime minister, Iran and everybody that was stealing, oh no, you're not the prime minister. Oh no, get out of here. Yeah. Well, he isn't he? Now I told you he was. I told you he would be, and look where he is now. Everybody wants to talk to him, even Iran. Yeah, I'm seeing that pattern. Everybody is reaching out. Everybody is reaching out. Did you ever think that Iran would? And that's why I tell you. You think that the 17th, these guys are going to come out into the streets? The only ones that'll do it will be the young people. They're the ones that don't understand truly what's going on. But that won't last long. As soon as Sadr sees it, he'll come out. Kazemi, he'll come out. They'll put an end to it. The citizens will freeze. They'll stop. They'll turn around and go right back home. But the key thing about the 17th is that they better not give Kazemi or Sadr any more nonsense. Oh, we want this guy. We want this. We want that vote. You don't want. You shut up and get in line in order to talk to us. We promised you that there would be more arrests, family. There are. Behold. It's over 100 arrests already. Final article right here, more about the arresting. This was a customs officer, a customs agent at the border, pocketing and filling his pockets with all the money that he could steal, all the bribes. They're all being arrested, family, and they're all Iranians. Excuse me, no. There is a few Iraqis that would sell their soul just for money. Final article number 1908. The World Council. Hey, that's good. What's up, you guys? Iraq is among the Arab countries with the most gold reserves, to which I say in blue. No kidding. Haven't I been telling everybody that? Haven't I been telling Mustafa Galay you got a whole lot more than what you're saying, sir? Behold. Final article number 1909. For the very first time, Iraq is close to carrying out seismic surveys in regional waters. For those of you that are old timers, for those of you that have been with me for a long time, what do you think I would say right about now? All right, now pay attention. I know that you're talking and you're chatting. What does it say? For the first time, Iraq is close to carrying out seismic surveys in regional waters. What do I say up there up on top in the blue? Family, Iran wants to sell Iraq water. No, thank you. Very good, Toy VP. How you doing, buddy? You're doing good if you're still enjoying Hawaii. That's right, Toy VP. He says it's going to shine like a diamond. And I said that about 5-6 years ago, because I knew that when we would get to the end, water was going to become a tool. It'll be weaponized. Water will be weaponized. And that's what's happening right now. If Iraq can control their dams, if they can control their water, they can also then supply their own and not have to buy it from Iran. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. If Iraq can control their waterways, their dams, their gates, then they can take care of themselves. They don't have to depend on water from Iran. If anything at all, Iran will now start. Why? Because if they move these channels, if they block these dams, well, Iran will be in a pickle, won't they? and Iraq will be in the advantage. And if that's the case, then water will be more valuable than gold. It will shine like a diamond. Because when you look at water, isn't that right, Toy VP, in Hawaii? You're sitting there on the beach and you look at all the little caps that are forming in the ocean as as the wave comes in. And when the sun hits it just right, it breaks through the prism of light and it looks like diamonds all on top of the ocean. Yeah, this is going to be powerful water. Not yet, but very soon. And it's just now starting. Final article number 1910, a detailed statement from Al Hadim regarding advances and loans, the conditions for granting them. This is a long article, family, it's packed. It is packed. Look what I put up here on the blue. From ATMs to bank customer services, the monetary reform education marches on. It marches on. And you want to take some time to read this and put yourself in the shoes of an Iraqi citizen and find out that Rahadim, Trade, Rashid, all the banks in Iraq are offering these services for a program rate. This is the education to the citizens. It is beautiful, it is detailed, it is long, and it has nothing to do with a program rate. It has to do with a futuristic rate that is coming to them, including loans and interest rates. Be aware, opens 10 files with the director of the Rafadim Bank to tell the Iraqi citizens. Final article number 1911. With Gulf Corporation, an American opportunity to support al-Sadr and crawl Iran into Iraq. And what do I say in the blue post there? America supports Iraq, not Iran. Now stop it, Biden, because you, sir, well, actually, you're not a sir. You, Biden, are supporting Iran. You, Biden, have allowed them, along with your buddy Obama, have allowed Iran to become a nuclear proliferation powerhouse. They can't deliver their payload to their targets yet. But you know what you did, sir. No, not sir. You know what you did, mister. You know what you did. America supports Iraq, not Iran. And you, Biden, are Iran. Very deep. Very deep, very deep. Final article number 1912. Al-Kazimi directs to suspend work next Sunday on the occasion of the Arabin visit. Well, I say in the blue, even Iran will attend this celebration on the 18th. So the 17th, family, is very important, isn't it? So Iran, you don't want to do anything stupid on the 17th, do you? You don't want to go out into the streets and cause problems, do you? You don't want to tell Kazemi that, no, we want this guy in as the prime minister, do you? No, of course not. Even Iran will attend the celebration on the 18th. Why? Because it will be financially beneficial to them. They are broke. Final article number 1913. Iraq opens several important files with Iran. Iraq opens several important files with Iran, including water and the border control, which is where the water is at. What do I say up on top in the blue post? It starts. They are weaponizing water. And you will see how that will work in Iraq's advantage. Beautiful article. Final article number 1914. Iraq supports the extension of the United Nations mission investigating terrorism crimes. Well, like I said, the UN doesn't really belong in Iraq. It doesn't belong in any country. They're just parasites. But look what I put in the blue. The UN is useless. But in this case, Kazemi uses the UN. He's using them, ladies and gentlemen, against Iran. And it's working. Final article number 1915. The central bank separates the work of the deposit insurance companies, the development of the payment system, and the cooperation with major international banks. Now, the key thing here is that you see Mustafa Galay, the governor of the central bank, he's doing what? A lot of work. I mean, look at that's the same thing like our FDIC. What do you need insurance for a program rate? Your investors would come to Iraq and their money would be stolen by Iran. There is no insurance. Wow, things are really changing, aren't there, in your country? The central bank is doing this. Family, they're teaching this to the Iraqi citizens. What do I put in blue up here? From ATMs to FDIC to Bula, all parts of monetary reform education are being told to the citizens. Beautiful article. Magnificent article. Deep article. Deep about the reforms and what they're doing. It's amazing. Look at here, we put in red. As we expect our urgent reform efforts to bear fruit soon. That's what this report's about, the economic and monetary reforms and what they're about to do. What are they about to do? Behold, right there. Right there. Oh, this is so good. Somebody pass me the A1 sauce with my steak. This is delicious. I'm not going to read it to you. You read it. You join KTFA. Look at this. This part right here. Oh, okay. All right. Anyways, and then the central bank announces international cooperation with Iraqi banks. Now, when we come back up here, up on top, that's what I was trying to point out, that the most important thing about this is international banks, ladies and gentlemen. That's an international rate. That's a float. Yes, they'll float 1-to-1 with the American dollar, but then they'll step on it. The Iraqi dinar will step on the American dollar as it leaves its country and as it floats into its own basket. It doesn't want anything to do with the dollar in a basket. The American dollar will only tear down the Iraqi dinar. It'll come out at 1-to-1 and start going international, but it won't take long before it's on par with the rest of the Middle Eastern world. How about it, Kuwait? How about it, Dubai? How about it, United Arab Emirates? How about all you guys, you're all in the 3+. Do you mind if Iraq, the prettiest girl in town, is also with an exchange rate in the 3+? Of course you don't. That's what you want. It's a beautiful article. And this right here, you got homework. You got homework, Lucy. And all of this. Look at this. And the central bank, is this thing on? Hello? This is the governor of the CBI. Yeah, Mustafa Galay. That's me. Okay, yeah. I want to make an announcement to the world. What? We are now part of the international world, and you guys are now a part of us. With your banks? Yep. Wow. With your economic reform? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys want so bad to rebuild us so you can make money. With your monetary reform? Well, that's the first thing we did. Yeah, in order to get everything else in place, yeah. With your government? Got it. Hey, Kazemi, talk to him about it. No, I'm bored. Okay. Beautiful article, and that's the end of it. Tink, turn it around. So we see that Iraq is taking over its country. We see the great potential of this country. The potential, right? We see Ernest and Finch, we see all stock markets talking about Iraq as if they are already part of the international world. But they are. As if they're Article 8. Yeah. As if the exchange rate is no longer sanctioned or a program rate. Yep. This is all in my opinion, of course. Because if it walks like a duck, if it talks like a duck, If it smells like a duck, it's a duck. And everything that we're seeing from Iraq right now is it's an RI. It looks like an RI. It smells like an RI. It sounds like it's an RI. It's an RI. And by the way, this is the time that I want to take a little bit of time here. I want to talk to you about something that just drove me insane. I shouldn't say that. It just drove me a little loony toony. I tell you, please, don't ask me any questions about some other guru. Please, don't ask me any questions whatsoever. I don't know how many of you sent me a picture. Look! Look! It's already happened. Look, this is a 5 Iraqi dinar. It's in the streets of Iraq. Oh, wow, Frank, how did you miss this? Probably because it's a bunch of caca. No! Where did you get this from? The guy from that's over there in Iraq. The guy that the day after I announced, Walking Stick and I announced that there would be ATM machines that were going to be talked about and loaded up. The next day, he said that those ATMs were giving out the new small category notes. That guy? Yeah, yeah. Well, why don't you ask him? I don't have his phone number. Well, why don't you post a question to him? He doesn't let us. So why do you think that he put this picture out without any explanation? To attention to himself. Sounds like first syllable. Yeah, if it smells like a liar. No, you see, I don't want to be derogative towards this man, but I don't know why he does that. He takes our material and he jumps on it and pretends that he knows more about it, and then it turns out that, no, that's not what I said. And now he put out a picture of a 5 Iraqi dinar. Everybody is saying, look, there's a new small category note. There is no zeros on there. That's the 5. All you have to do is look at the batch number, blow it up, and you can see the batch number, and then you'll know exactly those are from the Saddam Swiss era. I don't know why people do that, and I'm not here to answer that question. And I really don't appreciate when you call me because you want me to verify somebody's garbage. If you're not a member of my forum, then you're lost. Now, that sounds conceited. If you're not a member of my forum, then you're not going to have the answer to that question. And I would much rather you not call me and bother me about something so silly. What you should do is just write this down. Go to cbi.iq. cbi.iq. That's the official website of the CBI. And you'll be able to see what the rate is at that moment. Instead of calling me and telling me something that I know is false. And I don't really want to degrade and talk about anybody else. So don't do that to me, please. Alrighty, so we've been together for about 30 minutes. How about maybe just 15 more minutes and then we'll go. And what I want to do now, and were there anybody else that contributed financially, Tank?
No.
No, okay. Well, thank you to Dr. Thunder for financial contribution. Let's see here. Let us get to Eddie, our Firefly, and that's what I'm going to share with you from Tuesday and today, Wednesday. Suffice to say that Iran is still sticking its big butt where it shouldn't belong, trying to still call the shots in Iraq. And remember I told you, you're never going to see Maliki again. You're never going to see Maliki again. Well, the son of a gun showed up to Monday, but he showed up on TV complaining. He was telling the Iraqi citizens, Sadr's not a good leader. He's not a good man. When he talks, his vocabulary is poor. He's no good for you. Neither is Kazemi, la la. Me, you want me, Maliki, whatever. It's it's difficult to have a conversation with your echo, and that's pretty much what Maliki is experiencing when he female dogs, when he complains. Yeah, he'll yell and scream and whatever, but nobody's listening. He might as well be out in space in a vacuum where there is no sound. There are no molecules in space, sound, so sound cannot travel. He might as well do his yelling and screaming in space because nobody hears him. And I mean that sincerely. And even his own. And that's why I'm wondering, on Saturday, will his own support him and go out into the streets and cause trouble? When on the next day, on the 18th, Iran is supposed to be at some meetings with Kazemi about futuristic investments. Could they be so stupid to blow it like that? Because if they do, what did I tell you? In my opinion, everything I'm saying is in my opinion. If they do show up like that on the 17th and still continue to be, jerks, it'll go into a civil war the next day. In fact, the citizens may just go out there on their own and wait until until Sadr pulls them back. Like a bulldog when he sees somebody approaching their home. Oh, buddy, he better be on a leash. You got to hold him back because he wants to protect your home. And that's what the citizens of Iraq want to do, ladies and gentlemen. And they just want to protect their homes, their children, their babies. They don't want no more of what has happened forever and ever and ever, as far back as their minds can think. The generation that's there for the last 20 years, they've never seen a currency on their own. The generation before them, 30, 40 years old, don't even live in Iraq. They ran away. And that's why there's so many banks that are being established around the world to take care of all these Iraqis that ran away. The Iraqi dinar is going to become a pivotal currency. It'll be a currency hub, Iraq, Baghdad. Everybody knows it. The whole Middle East knows it. Monday? No. Well, Monday I must have read that to you. Monday, yesterday. Well, we're not going to read too much about yesterday. Hey, Drew, thank you. Thank you, sir, for your financial contribution. Thank you very, very much. Mary Ann, thank you for your explanation about that gentleman that lives in Iraq. You say that that's not what he said. And the problem is, Marianne, he didn't say anything. He just released the pictures without an explanation. That's not cool. That draws attention to him, and that's what he wanted. Mission accomplished. Anyways, I shouldn't have even bothered with it. Tuesday. I'll tell you what. No. I don't need this. Let me just read to you a few things. 8:04 early morning. Good morning, Frank. Eddie just hit me up. This is Neil. Morning, Frank. Eddie just hit me up. He said that Sadr is feeling like his closest allies are working against him. We understand what he's saying because of what Maliki is saying out there. Sadr even says to us that the UN and the European Union are trying to make deals with the framework. You see why they're a bunch of jerks. Sadr told us that the UN and the European Union are trying to make deals with the framework and Chalet and Halabusi to form a government. And they're leaving him out. They're leaving him out. To which I explained to him, Hey, listen, they may be trying to, but Sadr doesn't want anything to do with them. Don't worry about it. He's not going to make any deals with them whatsoever. Uh, Halabusi to form, they're leaving him out. Sadr is talking about striking back with strength of the citizens. We did see more arrests today, by the way, as well. How did you know that, Mr. Frank? We're still waiting for the king of corruption. And that would be Malachi, I guess. We're still waiting for the king of corruption, Malachi, to be arrested. Eddie, and this is me responding. Eddie, like I told you, you will never see him again. The only way you are going to see him is when he pops up on the television where they cannot arrest him. Arrest him. And that's why I told you that the United Nations and the United States of America need to leave your country. They need to mind their own blankety business along with Iran. Sadr may set you citizens free before the 17th. Well, Mr. Frank, if he does, we're ready. Trust me, all of us, we know our places and what to do. And he says more, but we don't need to talk about that. 950, the second report, 950. Frank Eddie says that Chalet is on TV right now saying our cash reserves will be over $100 billion, and that's the most ever in our history. He said he got that from the governor of the CBI, and he said that listen, he said that money, this is Sadr, he said that money has to be used to advance Iraq. It's money for Iraq, is for investment and to grow. He said we still have sideline contract debt to Kuwait, and we're going to pay that. But Sadr is telling the citizens of Iraq, your currency has value. It's going to be paying things off. It's going to be well received by the rest of the world. And Kuwait is willing to wait to debt to Kuwait and we can use, he says, this new currency to pay that which they owe to Kuwait. But he's talking now about using it to advance Iraq. A program rate not going to advance nothing right there. And this is Sadr talking to the citizens of Iraq. This is the stuff you don't see in the newspapers anywhere. They're not going to tell you the truth. Oh, did this thing throw up on me? Gross said we still have sideline contract debt to Kuwait and can use this money to pay that. But he's talking about using it to advance Iraq. Then Malachi is talking junk today. It's just a matter of time before Sadr lets him. It's just a matter of time before Sadr lets him hold it. We believe we waiting to hear from Sadr. It's just a matter of time before Sadr lets him have it. That's what that is. Yeah, you know the translations. What's it called? Spell check or Siri or what is it?
Siri.
Is it Siri? You know when you put that little microphone and you talk into it, sometimes it doesn't give the exact words, but yeah, that's what he's saying. And he's saying, and we're waiting to hear from Sadr for our next orders. Hoorah. Darn right. To which by the way, I follow up and I say to him, Eddie, stay strong. Okay? Stay strong. And listen to Sadr. When he gives you your next orders, my prayer is that Iran will stand down and instead do business with Sadr. Do business with Kazemi. Do business with Iraq instead of doing evil anymore. Also, Eddie, like I told you, you will only see Malachi on TV. He's too much of a coward to show up in person now. And there is a, and as you can see, there is an arrest warrant for him. And that's only good for Kazemi and Sadr, because he will stay away. And he will not cause the problems that he's been causing with the government of Iraq. I believe your government is very, very close to being seated. By the end by the end of this month, those banks will be open. And then it goes on, and but we've been together enough. I didn't want to talk too much tonight. Those articles were interesting. They were all motivating. They were encouraging, and they were mainly about the CBI, the CBI governor. You notice that? You don't have too much about the framework. I haven't seen an article say framework in a couple of days. I don't think that they're going to cause the problem that we are anticipating, or at least that Sadr is anticipating, or that Eddie and all the citizens are waiting for. Number one, they don't have that support anymore. Ain't nobody going to die for Malachi just because he said so. They had to be forced to be killed. No one's going to volunteer to die for you, Malachi, just so that you can be the prime minister of a country that has nothing to do with you. But I think that the core inside of Iraq that wants to be a nuclear powerhouse, that wants water because it's the desert, that wants economic trade with any country, anybody. All they want to show is, you got a bomb, we got a bomb too. Respect me, I respect you. Fine. But the problem, though, is according to my faith in Jesus Christ and His Word, Iran had to have the nuclear bomb for the end times. Here it is. I hope that you enjoyed yourself tonight. It sure does. That sounds so good. I'm shocked that they are still talking about a program rate. They know that they would not be significant. Jason, they're not talking about a program rate. I am. They never once mentioned program rate. Didn't you get the gist of what I was trying to say? They can't tell me, oh, Frank, you're cancer free. Well, I am. Well, I can't. I just can't tell you that as your doctor yet. Okay. The governor of the Central Bank of Iraq using the new exchange rate, in my opinion. So is Kazemi for the new government. Hey, you want to tell the citizens? I can't tell them yet. A few months ago, earlier this year, they called it a secret. Remember that? I cracked up when I saw that. Yeah, we're holding a secret. Yeah, I know what it is. And I believe that so do you, family. So do you. Anyways, I wish you all well. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see what this says. Hey, Frank, can you confirm the new $5 note if we had a phone?
Rewind.
Oh, Father, help me. Paul, rewind. And you'll be able to hear what I said about that $5 nonsense. Anyways, did you have a good time? Did you learn a few things? And before I leave you, just out of curiosity, do you have any questions? Let me spend like a minute to see if anybody wants to put a. Says, "Are you drunk, Frank?"
He can't hear you.
No. You see right there, Hiroshima.
Yeah, it's gone.
Hiroshima. Well, actually, do me a favor and get rid of them permanently.
I did.
Permanently, good. You don't ask me if I'm drunk. Because the chances are you are. I don't drink. I like Bloody Marys. I prefer they be virgin Bloody Marys, to tell you the truth. Shoot, I get dizzy just standing on high carpet. Let's see if there's any questions. Oh, okay. Tiny Tinkerbell said, no questions. Okay. Savvy says, blessings to you and Walking Stick. Thank you very, very much. Tomorrow, Walking Stick and I will be having our IV drip at the same time. Two different parts of the world. Would Iran actually use a bomb? Not right now because they can't deliver it. They blow themselves up by accident, is what they would do. In which they did. They did last year. Look it up. There was a lot of 5.5, 5.6 earthquakes in Iran. Nobody explained what they were. Boom! I guess that test didn't work. What number was that? 148. All right, we know 148 ways that doesn't work that way. Okay. Frank, what's the status of the parliament in Iraq? Wow, Rick, I just spent an hour almost talking to you about it. Al Schwartz, can they go indefinitely with two sets of books? Yeah, they can, but they're not going to be able to advance economically, and their currency won't be able to leave their country. That's why it's called. That's why it's a second set of books. It's private. Sadr will talk. Sadr take it to the streets? Guys, how can you be asking me all the questions of all the things that I just answered? I mean, really, will Sadr go to the streets? And I said that the odds are against it. I doubt it, and I explained everything why. Frank, what's the status of parliament in Iraq? I already explained anything from the two bank friends. Yeah, yeah, and I think I already talked about that on Monday. One of them is going home pretty soon, and the other one bought a lot of property. He's staying here, probably for the rest of his life. He has to run that bank. When you talk about a money hub, is that anywhere close to a world reserve currency? No, I wouldn't say a world reserve currency, but I would say that it would be like what the American dollar used to be until our government raped it. They've raped everything in our country. They're draining 1 million barrels of oil every day from our reserves. That's just oil. We're going to be down to zero pretty soon. He's just so scared to ask anybody for oil. They'll tell him up yours. That's why the price of oil is going down, but it's going to explode in about another month because we're going to run out of oil. And that oil was not to be used the way he's using it. It was only in an emergency, whether it be military or weather or catastrophe or whatever. What he's doing is illegal. It's against our Constitution, but they don't care. They don't care. They don't care one bit. Anyways, can Kazemi and or Chalet dissolve Parliament? Okay, all these questions, they're ridiculous. I mean, what's our biggest barrier right now for the to RI? What's our biggest barrier? It used to be Iran. Do you think that there's still a big barrier? Yeah, they are, but not like they used to be. You know, it's not like we have pneumonia anymore. We just got a little bit of a cold. Frankie, John, if you are in our premium chat, you will see you have to. Okay. Great to hear the satellite banks, Timothy says, are still on schedule for opening around the end of the month. Yeah. 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 Give it into the first week of next month, too. Now, by the way, just because they open those banks, does that mean that it would be a new exchange rate? No, because American citizens can use it as well, too. When the new exchange rate for the Iraqi dinar comes in, their main focus will kick in. The main job of these satellite banks is to collect the 3 zeros that are hidden, that are still hidden. I appreciate the explanation, Frank. Well, you're welcome, Jason. Mike, can you recap this UB to be you just did? No, Mike, of course not. Anybody? Oh, let's see. Where does a body stand in all of this? Probably in quicksand, John. A body might have voiced his opinion, but no, he has also no say, no power. Kazemi doesn't want anything to do with him. Can you? Our Cody is asking, are the banks still scheduled to? Oh, yeah, I already answered that. Let's see. So they would do the exchange rate as a hub. So they would do the exchange rate as a hub. I guess, sure. Yeah, that's what they're going to be. Richard says, do you think the doing will go after?
Dong.
Do I'm so sorry. My eyes are so bad. Do you think that the dong will go after? Richard, something's happening to the dong. Something's happening to the dong, and it's because of what's happening to China. But I'm not ready to talk to you about it yet. I'm sorry. Is the ISO 222 system going live in November? I think so. I think so. The same time that the euro goes live, well, yeah, that would be hand in hand. They should go together. Are you in the house? You are in the man's house. Have respect. You tell him, King. Can we exchange in the CBI satellite banks? You can exchange it into Iraqi dinars. No, I'm sorry. You can exchange it into American dollars, but not into. If you take your Iraqi dinars to these satellite banks, they will exchange them into the new small category notes, which I don't think you want. In your opinion, do you think it will be 1-to-1 when it leaves the border of Iraq? At this point, it may be more now. Because enough, the dollar is just so far, I mean, it's falling so far behind every day. Today, Wall Street crashed, literally. It probably took the dollar down to somewhere around 70 something cents. You think that the Iraqi dinar wants to be embarrassed and walk with the American dollar anymore? No. Frank, is there more banks here in America besides the one the Walking Stick Bank Friends owns? Oh, yeah. Yeah, mucho more. Oh, yeah. That was from Mr. Holiday. Tiny Tinkerbell. I have one question. Will you get cookies after this UB2B? Yeah. Yeah. David Wilder. So when the ATM starts spitting out cash, and the I think you mean satellite banks open, are we getting close, or are we still waiting on the reforms? Which we're waiting on the reforms, David. Actually, we're waiting for the government. If when the government sits, then they'll show you a budget that has the white papers that contains a new exchange rate calculated. Didn't Iraq join the ISO? Yes, they did, but they were asking me about the EU. Will those satellite banks sell dinars as well? Yeah, but you won't want them. You'll want the American dollar because you live in America. What you going to do with the Iraqi dinar in America? You're going to go to Walmart. What you going to buy? Nothing. You have to use American dollars. Frank, satellite bank still on. Yeah, thank you. Did you know that the BRICS nation official bank is called the New Developed Bank? No, I didn't. No. I tell you what, but speaking of new and stuff like that, let me see if I. Oh, by the way, look at this. Look at this sunset. Doesn't that look like Jesus? Isn't that amazing? Wow. A KTFA member sent me that picture. That was amazing. Um, Let me see if it's possible for me to show you something, and then we'll say goodbye to each other, okay? Okay, let me see if I can get volume. Propaganda. Okay. Um, there are people in the United States that want children indoctrinated at a young age about sexuality. They want to confuse them. There are people that want to give them hormones before they reach puberty. There are people that want children dead, even if it's a full term. There are people that want our children educated the way they want to educate them. And in the Holy Bible, we're shown where Baal, the false god of Satan, he poisons the minds of human beings. And our society today is walking around naked in the streets, exposing themselves and not even caring. I want to show you something that has been released. And then we'll say goodbye to each other, okay? I got this off of YouTube. So let's see if I can get this.
Based country. And that's what we talked about the whole time that I was in Israel. Because these people had lived in those countries. They fled those countries to get to Israel. And now they're seeing it in the United States. Yeah. They literally can't believe it, what's happening. So you just saw a clip of Brian Stelter. I'm shocked this guy still has a job. Yeah. And you saw a clip of this guy. And so they're advancing the propaganda. You're going to see it everywhere. But where you're really going to see it is in the church. Get prepared. That's the battleground. They don't need CNN. They need the seminaries. They need the pastors intimidated. They need to get evangelical leaders intimidated. So that's why you've got to be in the know about what this is. Yeah. They've been very successful. Yeah.
Okay, so if you remove Christianity, we're going to have paganism. I want you to see this. The Commonwealth Games. So the Commonwealth, England, all of the countries that have been connected in the past with England, big games. This happened this last week in England. I want you to see this. This is shocking. Watch this.
All are shrinking before our eyes. It's a ball with a soft heart.
Again, it is Stella and the Dreamers and the power of the shards that can help the ball, bringing about reconciliation and creating a new harmony, a new place for everyone.
Is it the tear resting in the bullseye? I told you he had a soft centre.
Very emotional ball.
Now this, it goes on, and I'm going to stop it on purpose right now because they start to show the symbolism on the bull. And it almost made me want to throw up because all the symbolism on the bull is the same that is found in the book of Revelation. It's interesting how the enemy uses God's word against us. When Moses came down and he saw what they were worshiping, the calf, the bull, whatever, it broke his heart. It broke God's heart. History is repeating itself right before your eyes, and they don't care. Satan is gaining ground, but God is watching all around. Stay strong in your prayers. Stay strong with God. I love you. I hope that you were able to learn some things tonight. I will see you again on our Monday UB2B. I want to thank all of you that helped us with walking sticks medicine. Thank you kindly. Thank you. We accept anybody's help, and we thank you very much. So, y'all take care of each other, okay? I'll see you on Monday, and we'll have more fun then too. I have a feeling that on Monday, it's going to be packed with a lot of information. Based on what happens Saturday going into Sunday, and then on Monday, I think the smoke will clear by Monday. Love you. God bless you. Sweet aloha. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Hugs and kisses.
Love you.
Kisses and hugs.
And cookies.
Yeah, now we're talking cookies and kisses and hugs and cookies and kisses.